Hey, good morning, guys. Chris Hammer here with Betr. Just want to give you guys a betting recap. Also want to just give you guys an NFL betting preview and how we bounced back after a terrible loss on the Thunder and almost got all of our money back just yesterday. So I'm extremely thankful and grateful for all of the words of encouragement. It's really important to have supportive people in your corner, just because when you're going through something or you have some adversity, your environment is everything. So I really think that it's important to have people that are supporting you no matter what you're doing, but especially in betting, it's extremely important to have a good positive influence around you at all times. And I'm just grateful that I had a lot of people message me, and I wasn't even phased. So like, I dropped a video yesterday, and I just think that getting over that loss as quick as I did without any emotion at all was a superpower, and being calm is a superpower. And I was able to lock in and focus on just getting the money back, and also just doing what I do best, which is crack bets. So just a quick recap on some of our nice hits yesterday. Man, oh man, yesterday was pretty sweet. So I'd say my favorite bet of the day, which I did release as a free play in my YouTube yesterday, was UNLV -3. So that was pretty stress-free money. As far as big hits, you can see right here, I parlayed UNLV with Loyola Marymount, and that was about 4,200 to win over 10 grand just on one bet. We also went with James Madison -5.5. That one was outsourced, but I'm very thankful to have that. So we hit for 2,500 to hit for 4,200. So basically flipped 2,500 into about 10 grand. And then I also hit several plays online, so more than I can name here, but let's just go over them real quick. Let's see. Sorry. I'm holding two phones. I'm not professionally doing my YouTube at all whatsoever. This is all just off the cuff, off the fly. So I appreciate you guys. It's more the content and the gems that I'm trying to drop. I don't really care about videography and all that stuff at this point. But this is what we hit, and you can see this on my Instagram. But we hit Red Wings money line. We hit Virginia +3.5. We hit Wofford +9.5. Florida Panthers was an easy one money line. Virginia Commonwealth, I got extremely lucky to hit that second half. They called a flagrant foul with like 5 seconds to go. Michigan kind of fumbled the lead there. And then I also had UNLV money line second half. So all in all, really good day. Made about 15 grand. So pretty happy. Tonight, I think we have a get back game, and I love the line, I love the team, I love the spread. I will drop that later in this video. But I also want to just give you guys a little bit of mindset. So like, when you know what you're capable of and you know what your skill set entails and like what you embody, you never get down on yourself, man. Like, my confidence remained the same. I was extremely proud of myself for not letting that get to me, because your mentality is everything. And I've been down this road before. I've lost big bets before, and I didn't let it discourage me. And I had a lot of people tell me that, like, don't let this discourage you, Hammer, blah, blah, blah. You're elite. You're one of the best. You're the GOAT, this and that. And I appreciate it, and I like absorb that good energy, and I didn't even take a day off. A lot of people, when they have a big loss, they'll take a day off or they'll take some time off, and I was just extremely happy to have the entire day just to focus on locking back in. And then I also want to cover some things that are mistakes that I made yesterday that could have been even better, but I had a little bit of technical difficulty with the Hard Rock app, and their house rules do not guarantee live cash outs, unfortunately, or I would have had damn near all the money back. So I had 2 long shot bets yesterday, and I'm actually pretty pissed off that I wasn't able to live cash out. So let me pull these up for you guys. Man, this would have been sweet. So the first one was a team called Fairleigh Dickinson. I don't know how to pronounce that, but I put up 769 to win 53-84. At one point in the game, they're up 10 points in the second half, and my live cash out was like 4,200, and I'm like, fuck, man, like, let me hit this. I hit it 3-4 times. You know, I hit my my host at Hard Rock. I submitted it to their support chat, and they literally sent me they both sent me the same thing, and I don't blame them, and I'm not upset about it. I was just kind of pissed because, like, I've had those issues with like William Hill app in the past, and I don't know, it just pissed me off. But they literally sent me this bullshit here, and I understand. House rules, terms, and conditions. Seminole Gaming reserves the right to remove, suspend a market event at any given time. While a market is suspended, it will be unavailable for betting and cash out. For future purposes, I highly suggest refreshing the app immediately when receiving an error to check if the cash out is still available or if there is a new cash out amount offered. I apologize for the confusion that this has caused you. Thank you for your cooperation and understanding. Please do not hesitate to contact us at any moment if you have any additional inquiries. We really appreciate you getting in touch with Hard Rock Bet. Hope you have an excellent one. So basically, that's a polite way of saying fuck you. But like, I see their point. I'm not mad at them. I'm just mad at the result that I wasn't able to cash out. And then I didn't even show you the other one. So I had Xavier to beat UConn, and it was similar. Let me just give you the exact figures here. So that was 4,200 that I could not cash out, and of course they ended up losing by like 1 or 2. So that sucked as far as like a low point of the day. And that was a long shot bet. I just wanted to win one of those, and that would have really given me a nice boost of momentum. I also had on here, I don't know if you guys can see it, I got Xavier on here, and I had Xavier $900 to win 59.09. Same situation. They went up maybe 3 or 4 points. Live cash out was like 3,100, and with those underdogs, you gotta cash out because, you know, they could hit, but they're not supposed to hit. So take the money and run. That is the lesson I learned on live cash out with underdogs, especially. So I will continue to fire on live underdogs because you can get the live cash out, and that's a way to win without having them get backdoored at the end, which happened twice on both of my bets. So total, I had about $7,300 worth of live cash out mistakes. This fucking dog. Anyway, $7,300 worth of live cash out mistakes, which would have put me just on the app about 17K. I would have been right around 20K for winnings yesterday. So I also had an opportunity with NHL hockey, which I didn't get it in because I was waiting on my UNLV bet in Loyola Marymount, however you say it. That parlay, I was waiting for that to cash to get my funds. But both Anaheim Ducks came back from like a 2-1 deficit, and Salt Lake, Utah, whatever hockey club, they were down 2-0 to Vancouver at home, and they both came back and won. One in overtime, one in regulation. Hockey is crazy, man. So one thing, this is a tip, but I don't know why people put hockey on their slips, their parlay slips. Like, hockey, and we did hit Florida Panthers money line yesterday, and that was an easy one. But hockey is wild. Hockey to me is the equivalent of actually truly gambling. Hockey is like playing blackjack or craps or roulette or slots. Like, it is truly, and I haven't met anyone who actually consistently drills hockey. If you guys know someone who can successfully, consistently bet and drill hockey, you guys put it in the comments below. Let me know who is good at betting at hockey. I haven't seen it. I haven't met anybody. I'm not opposed to it, but I just haven't seen it. So that's the extent of my NHL hockey betting. And every time I put them on a parlay, and I normally will do like a favorite that's supposed to win, easily outright, and then you check the score. The last time I put a parlay slip, I put the Dallas Stars versus maybe Anaheim Ducks, right? And they're like negative 400 or 500 or 600. I checked the score. They're down 3-0 within 5 minutes of the game starting, at home, by the way. So I don't hockey is truly gambling to me. You are wild if you bet hockey. What else we got going on yesterday? I'm also going to highlight some people and just the more like the camaraderie of the differences between people in Florida versus people in Vegas. That's something I want to talk about a little bit. So the community, and I'm gonna shout out some people here too, just because I'm gonna start using my platform just to kind of give them an opportunity to shine, is I want to highlight people and just help out as much as I possibly can. So what I like about Florida, Miami Hard Rock, there's a lot of people there. What I like about Florida bettors is we're all like the pros and the professional guys that are consultants and bettors in Florida. Like, what I like about them is there's no ego. And I was shocked. Like, there's no bad energy. There's no bad vibes. People aren't haters. People aren't pocket watchers. People aren't leaking your plays. Like, it's like, what I like about it is the players that I've met in Florida have all been extremely kind. They've been extremely grateful. They've been extremely humble, and everybody kind of checks their ego at the door. And I absolutely love that. So like, everyone understands in Florida that we're trying to crack the code, that we're trying to get an edge, that we're trying to win a lot of money on our bets. And no one's a hater. Like, people will give you free plays here. People are really cool about just everything. I mean, I appreciate it because I've been able to network here fairly quickly, and I like the betting scene here. I really do. Everyone is on the same page. What's really cool is I've met multiple people who kind of operate the same way that I do, and they research and buy picks from multiple people, and then they narrow it down, send it to me, I narrow it down. So it's pretty cool. Like, if you live in Florida and you bet on sports, I salute you. And some people I've met down here that I want to highlight and shout out, my boy Alex is killer. I've seen him make $100,000 in like the last week, so he's definitely one. Bobby Betts, he's kind of like the older guy that I run into. He's been doing it for 30-40 years, pretty damn sharp, and he did give you guys a lock of the century, Broncos over the Colts at home. He said buy it to 3. It was a blowout winner, and I saw him hit like a 3-team parlay. All his bets on Sunday won, so that was kind of cool. I'll even highlight my boy Sean. I don't even know if he's on social media like that, but Sean's been extremely helpful. He's given me some UFC stuff. He's always got a lot for me. Like, I appreciate people that when I see them, like, the first thing on their mind is they're trying to give me something, and they want to give me a lock. So I just appreciate that people are trying to help out. Another cat that I think is really, really nice, like an up-and-coming rising star. He's already a star in my mind, but I would say there's a cat down here named Parlay Thompson, and we're going to do some YouTube stuff together just because, man, we linked up, and it was like, instant, like, hey, man, if I can help you, I'm more than happy to help you any way I can, and vice versa. So, like, just the love he showed me, gratitude and appreciation. So I'm like, hey, man, like, you're nice, you're cold, you're up and coming, and you're killing it. I was like, let me do a YouTube video with you and help you grow your channel and your, everything, your brand. So he's a younger guy, and he still bets. Like, I've seen him bet $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 a game. These young guys out here are killing it. So, you'll see me do some stuff with him. some of my other close friends down here, like Davion, A-Dot, Chop. I mean, these guys were in a group chat, just us four. And, you know, I got a lot of love for those guys, man. They're banging parlays. They're not scared to fire. You know, they're always good vibes. And, you know, they're younger guys too. And I thought it was really cool when I first met them. And it wasn't the amount. It was just the thought. You know, they picked up my tab and stuff like that. I'm like, you know, I fuck with that. So I really appreciate those guys. And it's all been like raw, genuine love with everybody I've met down here. So I think that is, the energy is fire. You know, like the energy in the book is fire. And there's a lot of collaboration. That's the thing. Like, no one is afraid of dimming someone else's light. No one is afraid or a hater or pocket watcher or anything like that. Like, instead of like crabs in a bucket, what I do appreciate about the betting scene down here is it's all collaboration. It's all, how do I get better? How do I help you? How do I get you better? And yeah, like, I think there's a lot of, 2025 is gonna be nuts. Like, I'm trying to run up $1 million off of betting, just betting alone. So Vegas, on the contrary, and I lived in Vegas for many, many years. Vegas, on the contrary, is, and I love Vegas, don't get me wrong, it's probably one of my favorite cities in the US, if not the top one. But, you know, I was kind of born there, figuratively speaking. And but man, that's the exact opposite. So like the cappers out there, man, there's a lot of hate, there's a lot of jealousy, there's a lot of envy, there's a lot of scammers out there. So it gives the industry a bad rep, a bad name. You know, a lot of these guys in Vegas, they don't even bet the plays themselves. So they're just giving you whatever the fuck they feel like as a pick, and they have zero money on the game, which you would think, with zero pressure and zero money on the game, you know, you would think that yeah, this is they would win, because it should be pretty fucking easy at that point. But yeah, there's just there's a lot of people that are, I don't know, like they're more worried about what you're doing than what they're doing, which I don't like. Like, you have people that want to challenge you. I'm not going to name any names, but I had one guy that wanted to go like band for band with me. Like, it's like, oh, we could do 100,000 a game. I'm like, first of all, whether you got it or not, like, I'm going to clean your ass out. And he's a very nice guy. He's a poker player, and I told him to stick to poker, because sports betting ain't for you, bro. Like, if you're watching this, which you're probably not, because you got me blocked on everything, but yeah, stick to poker, bro. You're a nice guy. It is nothing personal. You just happen to suck at sports betting. In fact, I love looking at your plays so I can bet opposite of you. I'm not going to drop any names, but a lot of people who are close to me know who that is. One of my many auto fades, as I like to call them. So an auto fade is really just someone who is just historically terrible and has like a win percentage of like 30%, 20% or less, and just gives you all the wrong plays all the time. That information is also extremely valuable. So I do have a lot of auto fades. I think auto fades is a thing. I really do believe that there are people out there that are extremely talented at losing. So yeah, that's a little bit about the betting scene in Vegas versus the betting scene in Florida. Vegas, I love it, but you kind of got to stick to yourself. A lot of people are just like, it's hyper competitive for whatever reason, and I'm a competitive person. It has nothing to do with but like the competition. But like, I'm not here to prove that I'm better than the next guy. I'm not here to have more followers, more likes, more comments. You know, like, I'm not here for that. Like, all that shit's cool, but like, I'm here to win. I'm here to win in real life. I'm here to make money. I'm here to get financially free. I'm here to pass on the gift of financial freedom. I'm here to pass on the gift and knowledge of sports betting. Like, I'm here to give, and I try to give to everybody that I meet. So like, that's why people like me and love me, because I'm not a hater. Like, I'm trying to, anything I can do to help you, I'm gonna do, just organically and naturally. So that's important. But yeah, Vegas, you just got a lot of like hothead ego mongers. You know, like the more like hooping and hollering and yelling and, you know, the more like animated they are, the more, you know, rental Lamborghinis they are, you know, pictured with, like, the more of that shit, the more you got to be kind of like cautious. And there is, I will take that back. There's one super nice guy down in Florida who absolutely sucks, is a complete scammer. I'm not going to drop his name, but he's down in Miami area, has all these max bet exclusive play locks, and they're like negative 200 losers. So I'm pretty sure he already blocked me too. Younger guy. You know, I don't hate on people's hustles, but I don't like to see people getting scammed. So if you have, here you go, if you have anybody who is a handicapper or consultant giving you like negative 180, negative 220, negative 250 as their exclusive plays and their locks, you're getting scammed. Like, not only can you identify and pick out those on your own, like with ease, but a lot of times those aren't even going to hit anyway. So you're double fucked there. You're laying a lot of money to not win a lot of money, and at the end of the day, yeah, that's kind of like where you're at with that. Other things, let's give you another magical nugget on lines. So I'll drop my free play tonight with some NFL betting preview, but a line that I love is +2.5, and I love +2.5. This dog is gonna ruin this video. I love +2.5 to win outright, as long as that line doesn't move. So if that line doesn't move, you are smooth sailing. And guess who is +2.5 tonight? The Denver Broncos are. So if you want to be safe, take the Denver Broncos +2.5. I personally like them money line. I think they're going to easily win. I can't stand the San Diego Chargers or LA Chargers, whatever the hell they're called. I think Justin Herbert is still hurt. I don't think J.K. Dobbins is playing, so their offense is like pretty easy to shut down. Their defense, in my opinion, is extremely overhyped. They're really, really good on paper. And then what did Baker Mayfield do? I mean, Baker Mayfield ripped through these guys. And I love Baker Mayfield. He's a competitor. He's got a lot of heart. How do you not like Baker Mayfield? But man, Tampa put up like 50 points against these guys in LA. And that's the last time I'll ever bet on the Chargers this season. They're just not that team. They're a small market team. The NFL has no real reason to highlight them. They're just a team that you can kind of pass on, and they're always fluff, man. They're always hype. Like, they always like start out good, and then they end up losing a lot of games on the back end. So a team that I think is extremely hot that people aren't talking about is the Denver Broncos. Now, I know they're on the road, but I don't really think LA is that tough to play, especially as a Chargers person. Man, I'm sweating bullets here, so one second. Yeah, sorry about that. It's sunny and I'm cooking here, so let me get some sun. But yeah, like literally, the Chargers are not a hard place to play at all whatsoever. And I think the Broncos defense shuts down the Chargers. I think it's low scoring. I don't think they're going to score a lot of points, the Chargers. Broncos got Bo Nix. They got a good running game, excellent defense, great coaching, Sean Payton. So, I mean, that's a mismatch all the way around. And I absolutely love that the Broncos are underdogs when, in reality, they should be favored. I mean, I would consider LA a neutral site. Now, if it was in Denver, hell yeah, Denver would be favored. But yeah, I mean, I think that that's an easy one. So I'm going to take Broncos money line. If you want some margin of safety, you can take them +2.5, maybe buy it up to +3. And if you really want some margin of safety, what have I been preaching lately? I've been preaching NFL teasers. You could easily probably tease the Broncos to like +10. And then you could take the total whichever way you like it. I would say maybe I'd recommend probably teasing it under. I'm not sure what the total is. It's probably like 42, 43. You could tease it to like under 50 or 49, and you'll be good. But on those NFL teasers, just make sure you're buying 7 points. What else we got here? Betting mindset we talked about a little bit. But just stay in discipline. Like I had one of the worst losses, and of all people, I was ready to make that money back like yesterday. But here's the thing with that. I was patient. I did my homework. I did a lot of research. I did a lot of outreach and networking yesterday, and I really didn't even force the issue. So it was more like just remaining calm, and I drilled the games that I drilled as if nothing happened. And I don't know if I'm one of my close friends, and he's a rapper out of Dallas, Baby Youngin, but he DM'd me today, and he's like, "You're a maniac, bro. You almost won all that money back already. You're crazy." So like, I appreciate that, because it's tough to deal with losing. Like, if you can't master that, you're gonna make a lot of mistakes. Like, a lot of people, they really get tore up in betting because once they lose, they just lose control emotionally, and they just start rapid firing bets that they have no business being in, or they start getting greedy and parlaying. They start getting greedy, and they start betting on Hawaii football or basketball, whatever the latest game is, which is not the way to do it. So you really gotta take that into consideration and just go to sleep, play the games you want to play, and that's it. Like, don't try to force action. Like, there's plenty of opportunities out there, and you need to just make sure that you are staying true and disciplined. Like, don't get emotional. And I'm super proud of myself, because I wasn't emotional at all yesterday. And even my girl was like, just get back out there, do what you do best. Like, everyone told me, like, hey, you're elite. You're one of the best people we've ever seen do this. You'll make that back in a week. Shoot, I almost made it back in a day. So like, that's why you got to just stick to the program. What are some other things I can give you guys some sauce on? I know we talked a little bit about college basketball, but man, college basketball has a lot of swings, so I'm getting into it more and more. But college basketball, the first half means almost absolutely nothing. So a lot of teams don't go wire to wire, meaning they win the whole game. So if you have like a top 25 team, first off, I recommend not doing that anyway. But if you do have a top 25 team, you might as well take the team that they're playing in the points. That's going to help you, and you're going to win more than you lose on those. But especially first half. I mean, dude, Alabama, they're playing like North Dakota, or I don't even know. And that was a wire-to-wire, like, close game. Like, I don't know what the spread was. It was probably in the 20s. And, like, North Dakota had a chance to, like, take it. I saw another game, Tarleton State versus Oklahoma State. Like, that was, like, 2-point game with, like, a couple minutes to go. So here's where the value and the advantages lie here. Well, first off, you should take any underdog first half, especially against a top 25 team. It's very rare that these top 25 teams just come out the gate, blow them out the water. It takes a little, first 5 minutes for them to get loose. Somehow, some way, these underdogs, they come out just banging threes and playing hype. They'll give you 20 minutes of fight, but then they always fall apart in like the second half and like the tail end of the second half. So I like to take the better, stronger, more well-known team, aka the top 25, as like a second half bet, because you're going to get a way better line, and they like magically wake up after their coach bitches them out for almost losing to a mid-major basically. So that's how we do those, and how I recommend betting those. Sorry, it's extremely bright out here. But yeah, so second half on the better teams, you can hit those, or you can just try to find a spot live. But you would just want to look for, like, if a team is mega favored by, like, let's just say -20, which was like Ole Miss the other night. And I lost that bet, by the way. But if you could find them at like -9, -8, -10, they ended up winning by like 13 or 14. You want to get at least, I'd say, 5 to 10 points better than the original line. And there's plenty of opportunities to find those throughout the course of the game. So if you want to bet on favorites and you want to bet on teams that are, you know, top 25 caliber, you got to wait and be patient. Do not bet those pregame. What else? NBA, I almost want to bet the Thunder again to get my money back, but one of my boys, Marcus, bet on them, or he's saying he's going to bet on them versus the Magic. And the Magic don't really have, they've got a lot of injuries, but do I trust the Thunder again with my hard-earned money? I don't know, but maybe they respond. That would be nice. But Broncos tonight, I think, is the play. Broncos money line. Hopefully this video ages well, and we'll go from there. So the main thing that I want to communicate to you guys is there's so many opportunities in so many sports where you don't have to force the action. Even if you get tore up, like I got tore up one game, you don't really have to get it all back on one game or one play. So like if you lose, you know, $500, $1,000, even up to like $5,000, don't just fire $5,000 the next game. Like, unless you absolutely love it, but that is like the degenerate tilting behavior that you want to avoid. So yeah, that's all I really got for today, but I'm extremely happy for myself, my community, my clients, because what a way to respond. And I will see you guys on the flip side. I'm sweating my ass off out here, so I got to get out of the sun.